Aurorus got recently buffed, of course, with the new move Meteor Beam, which you most likely already know, and yeah, this Pokemon itself was already pretty cool before, and in this no XL version of the Ultra League, with no legendaries, this Pokemon was insane, this team was insane. I earned a ton of elo with this, so hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to take a look at Aurorus in the Ultra Premier Classic Cup. We're going to take a look here at a double fighting team with it, which was actually insanely good. Like, I really enjoyed it. Sometimes there were like some teams which you just couldn't beat, which you're also going to see later on. All games that I played are in this video. There's not a single game that I didn't play that's not in this video. So you see all the footage that basically happened here. I'm going to actually call the no shield there, which is kind of nice because they go for the Dragon Claw, and we can go ahead and go straight for one Meteor Beam that you didn't see in the intro either. So boom, as we see the Snorlax coming in, and what is better than one Meteor Beam? Two Meteor Beams, of course, as this will easily do a ton of damage to them. I could just shield up and go for another charge move here, but I still have my fight time back, and then just kind of want to go for the two shield flex. Not gonna lie, like I don't really want to shield here either. I just want to go for the two shield flex to double beam my opponent and flex on them as well, and this was definitely successful, as we can take a look at the next one. Lurgan Rocket, a regional champion, already like seen him a ton of time, talked to him a ton of time at the regional championships. Very cool dude. We will be able to have a pretty decent lead here for us. I'm going to call the bait from him, and I am correct with this. Even if they wouldn't have baited, I still would have survived on Blast Burn. But this Weather Ball going at shielded at least, which is nice, and I can go for a straight another one. I don't mind if they don't shield this, because I will still do a ton of damage, and I can go into my Surf Edge now. And this allows me now to shield once. They can still go for two Dragon Claws, but it doesn't really matter. My Surf Edge has access to the move Brave Bird here, and Brave Bird will help me definitely out to now have like the realignment and can still get a shield from the opponent if I want to. But I actually opt to not go for Brave Bird. I'm gonna go for the safer play for going for two Leaf Blades. Maybe I should have went for the Brave Bird here, but I think two Leaf Blades basically do the same damage, and it's just safer that I get the damage on them. And now I'm just going to go into my Aurorus, trying to soak the energy of them, as I can go for one Meteor Beam and get even the final shield, which I didn't even expect it here. But of course, you know what I have in the back, and you know that this is going to hardwall my opponent, so there's not a lot that they can do anymore about it. I still have my Machamp, I still have a shield advantage there, and I will be able to go for one Cross Chop to knock out the NiRiain. I just wanted to go for the safe play there and trying to soak some energy onto my Aurorus. Good game there. Next opponent, we will see the Poliwrath in the lead. Horrible for us, we're going to swap out immediately into our Surf Edge as we get greeted by this Charizard. I don't know, actually go for the Brave Bird here. There was like one game, I think at least, maybe it was also a different team that I played, I don't know. There was one game where I went for the bait and they called it, of course. Like the one time where I go for the bait, they call it. Here they didn't call it, which is fine for me. I can actually let this move go through, but it's going to be, I'm going to shield this move up, going to be a Blast Burn. They have a ton of energy. There's going to be most likely another Blast Burn here as well. And I was like, okay, I should be able to farm down with my Machamp, right? Okay, it's only a Dragon Claw, correct? Never mind, and I get completely wrecked by Charizard. If you need a different good team with Charizard, then look at the team that I showcased already earlier. If you look on my channel, there's a team already with Charizard that got me to Veteran, got me a really great result. This team also got me great results as well. Climbed around like 100 points in 2 sets or something with this, which is kind of cool to be fair. Very good team, right? Really enjoyed it. I played a little bit more than 2 sets to be fair, but very, very cool team. Really can recommend you to try this team out. There are some flaws, of course, there are some flaws, but like this team mainly runs through a lot of teams at the current time, and there's other team as well, like for example my Gliscor team, which I had in the top team video, will completely get wrecked by this, and there are a lot of teams that are really weak to the lead of Aurorus. I saw so many Dragonites before, so that's why I went for Aurorus lead. I don't think I saw any Dragonite when I had Aurorus in the lead, but a lot of Pokemon are super weak to ice typings in the lead so far, and other people run also ice types in the lead, but they're usually Walrein or Lapras, and you have access to Meteor Beam, which is pretty nice, and you have also 2 answers for them in the back, which is even better. So like it's usually a very, very good scenario for you. This team works out really well. A lot of people ask always like, what Say Swap do you use? Here I used mainly Surf Edged, but you can also use the Machamp. Like Machamp, again, there's like a case for both of them. For example, here, it's kind of a thing where you can definitely go for Machamp as a Say Swap here as well, so you have a Rock Slide, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. You only can do one move anyway, and here They're going to shield up my Brave Bird, which is fine. I'm going to shield up their Blast Burn here as well. Oh, it's actually a Dragon Claw bait. Very good from the opponent, as we can go for another Weather Ball. This Weather Ball will do enough damage to hit them. Not quite enough damage to knock them out. We let the move go through, and it's going to be a Dragon Claw again, so at least no Blast Burn. We see the Obstacle coming back in, and we see a Drapion coming in now. As they are purified, I would expect that they actually run Return, because it's most likely funny, and they're most likely going to have Return as a secondary charge move. So I expect them to have Crunch as the other move, and they're most likely going to try to bait me here because I still have a shield. So I'm going to let this move go through. It's going to be the Crunch as expected. Now I can shield the second one because they have no way to go back into the Return, which they most likely run. But I will be able to farm them all the way down now, and we see the Obstacle definitely going down to my Machamp here. Very good game there. Nothing that the opponent can really do anymore. Even though I think they won the lead there, nothing really they can do. Swampert in the lead. Fine, we can swap out into our Surfetch and we get greeted by a Muk. This is not fine. The thing is with Muk, I think I still survive one Thunder Punch. They run usually Thunder Punch and Dark Pulse, both of them I'm kind of fine with. And yeah, I can survive one, so I basically got rid of some energy from them, and I can get rid of one of their shields, which is nice. Go went of course for double Leaf Blade as well, but that was kind of risky for me. Like this, I will be able to take one move from this Pokemon here as well onto my Aurorus. I can go ahead and go for one Weather Ball. This will get them low. This doesn't knock them out. I know that Meteor Beam would knock them out, of course, but I kind of know that I can still take one. And I know that I can now farm them down and have one Meteor Beam stored, while still keeping a shield advantage for my Machamp in the back, which they hopefully don't really have the best answers for. And let's take a look how well this works out. We will be able to go ahead and stay in this matchup. Gonna go ahead and farm up extra, way more than I actually needed to farm up. Just because if they would have let this go or whatever, they still would have survived and still got to the move. Like this, I have at least a huge amount of energy advantage as they go into their War Rain. I should have went for the Rock Slide here, to be fair, because Rock Slide does a little bit more damage. Like this, I'm forced to go for another move, which doesn't really matter too much, as we still have our Aurorus in the back, which will have access to Meteor Beam, and this Swampert will not appreciate this Meteor Beam. It's resisted, of course, but it's just funny, and it's going to easily knock them out anyway, so good game there to my opponent. Next up, Dunebug. If you are into the Pogo community, like PvP community, you definitely know Dunebug, as we're going to see actually the correct CPs on their Pokemon. That's kind of wild for them. We will be able to keep going for one Leaf Blade here. This is actually an okay-ish matchup for us. I think we get a shield advantage, which is cool. But yeah, we will be able to go ahead and go for another Leaf Blade. They don't throw immediately, but they kind of have to throw now because I still will survive one more fast move, I think. And they're going to throw the Thunder Punch here. Fine for me. I can go into my Aurorus, I can get the energy that I want, and I can see the Machamp coming back in here, which I expected them to have in the back, as we will be able to get some damage on them. We have our own Machamp, and our own Machamp going to sweep them completely here. Also, they have here the right CP as well again. Very, very nice of them, as we can go ahead and go for one Cross Chop here. This Cross Chop will do a ton of damage, not going to knock them out. Again, I should have went for Rock Slide instead. Doesn't really matter, as their Machamp is already so low that I can just farm them all the way down. Good game. Nothing really they can do there anymore. Next opponent, Aurorus against Overquill. This is a matchup where I had literally, I think, 0 play of winning this. The thing is, we have the same backline. We have both the same backline, they just have a different lead, which is fine, I guess. Interesting though, but yeah, like my lead was not really able to deal with them. And like this, I am kind of forced to let this move go through. I am kind of forced to go into my Machamp now. I was hoping that I don't have a Machamp in the back, but like, what else am I supposed to do there? And like this, I am kind of screwed. Because if they have a Machamp in the back, which, spoiler alerts, they have, there's not a lot that I can do here. It's just like based on team combo, there are some losses where you can just literally don't do anything. There's going to be another loss as well later on where I have literally 0 options, I think. But yeah, here I just try to swap out, hope that I would catch a move, or like if they don't have a Machamp in the back, I would have been fine. But like they have a Machamp in the back, and there is not a lot that I can do here, sadly. But good game there. Like there was nothing I can do. Literally nothing, and they go for the BM Rock Slide, which I actually didn't even notice before, so that's kind of funny, as we still going to have another horrible matchup. against another Machamp here. That's not really ideal. I will be able to go into my Surfetch though, and they don't swap out, which is fine. We will be able to go ahead and go for the Leaf Blade here again. Leaf Blade will do enough damage to knock them out, of course. This is a CMP tie. I always run CMP tie as a Surfetch. But as this doesn't really help me at all, I'm going to let this move go through. I'm going to go into my own Machamp, farm them down and get an energy advantage. This should help me out definitely here, as they're actually going to swap out into a Warrain immediately. For whatever reason, I can take one move. I want to take this move as well. Icicle Spear coming through. I can farm up extra. I can farm up to 2 charge moves here already. Kind of risky, to be fair. I don't think this is really the smartest move that I've ever done, but you know me, basically. We will be able to go ahead and go into Aurorus against Lapras, and I think this game is kind of over for us, because I still have like their Machamp, Lapras, and yeah, Lapras still going to have a pretty decent time against Aurorus. They're gonna go for another charge move. You have to shield this move up. There's no lot that I can do anymore. And we can go for the Meteor Beam, but they catch it on the Machamp. This is so unfortunate that they actually caught this on the Machamp, because now, like, of course, they can just shield this move up. I'm going to go straight for the charge move here, as this would knock them out, but, like, yeah, they're going to shield up, and sadly, while our attack grows and everything, because they caught the move there, they're going to be able to win this game, because this Rock Slide does not do enough damage from my Machamp to knock them out. Still coming close, but very good game there, very well played. The catch really helped them there, so could have definitely won this game if they didn't catch the move, but also if I threw my Meteor Beam a little bit earlier on my Aurorus, I would be fine. One issue for the team, this was what I wanted to talk about a little bit earlier, is Glade. Glade is complete, horrible matchup for me. I think the Shadow version would be actually better for me, because I would 2-shot them with my charge moves, but like this, they're going to swap out into an Ampharos. I have to hope that they don't have Thunder Punch here and they just bait me with the Brutal Swing, but they do have Thunder Punch here, which now means we have to go for our charge moves. I cannot really allow them to, I cannot really allow myself to shield something here, so I have to let this move go through. There's not a lot that I can do about this. Going to be another Thunder Punch, and I can go into my Aurorus to farm it all the way down again. I don't really want to reveal my final Pokemon, so let's hope that they don't have an answer on the back, and they're going to have an answer in the back? No, it's going to be a Charizard. That's actually okay. We can go for the bait here. Let's see if they're going to call the bait or not. They're going to not call the bait. I can go for the Meteor Beam, or I can just going to shield up the potential Blast Burn now. I was way too late there. Again, not well played by me. I should have stayed in here as well. We swapped basically on the same time, I think. So I should have thrown at least one charge move against them. And like this, sadly, I will not be able to win this game, because they're going to be able to win CMP there. Actually, I think I still had a chance though. I think I just misplayed a lot. It was also super late at night, like it was like 3 AM at night, so don't mind me. Next opponent, we're going to see Charizard against us. That is kind of okay. We see Milotic coming in. This is horrible. Like, this is kind of horrible for us. Because, why is it so horrible? This is the matchup against the Surfetch. I can go for one Leaf Blade. I thought, oh, that's going to be easily enough to get them into range where I can counter them down. And if I'm already talking like this, you know already, I couldn't counter them down by 1 HP. Wow, amazing. It's a little bit annoying. So now we're going to have some energy here, but it doesn't really help us. We see a Mug coming in. I can go for one charge move here. And sadly, this is going to be a little bit of a tough one. We can go ahead and go for one Brave Bird. But this is actually the coolest match that I ever had. Honestly, we have only now a Charizard against us with 2 shields, against our Aurorus with 0 shields. We can go ahead and go straight for the Weather Ball. I don't really care what they're going to do here. I'm just going to go straight for the Weather Ball, trying to get the shields from the opponent. This is fine, but we're going to need to get them lower. We have to get them lower and lower than this here. We're going to take one Blast Burn, they still have to throw another one. I don't get to my next move in time, but we're going to get them low already. Our switch clock gets up like soonish, so we have to catch a move. You think? Like, let's see, we're going to go ahead and go into our Machamp, we're going to go for 5 counters, and now we're going to swap out, and they don't throw. I think they got the refund. I go for my charge move. They have still a shield left, but is this enough to knock them out? I don't even hit a bubble. Is this enough? Yes, it is enough. A charge move through a shield does 1 damage. They had exactly 1 HP left, and because I threw the charge move there, I was able to win, and this was my favorite game, like, for a long time already. So good game there. Thanks all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. It was a ton of fun. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed this team as well, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye!